lineups. We'll start off first off with the visiting team. That's the San Juan Broncos, and we'll go to Nolan Anderson.
Yeah, San Juan head coach is Jens Nilsson. They'll be batting the center fielder, number 6, Branton Bethea, leading off. Batting second in right field, the number 20, Brody Bilbo. Batting third, the catcher, number 9, Parker Snyder. The cleanup hitter playing first base, number 24, Cooper Palmer. Batting fifth, playing second base, number 23, Derek White. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 13, Corbin Middleton. Batting seventh, the shortstop, wearing number 5, Talon Mendoza. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 3, Jake Ivins. And batting ninth, the DH, number 2, Jagger Neves. And number 7 in left field, Jayton Knight.
So there's your starters for the visiting San Juan Broncos. Brenton Bethea at the plate right now. On the mound, Kalen Bowden for the Grand County Red Devils. Got a foul tip on the first one for strike 1. Second pitch misses up and in for ball 1. So a 1-1 count will give the Grand County Red Devils starting lineup when we come to the bottom half of the inning. But Kalen Bowden at on the mound for the Red Devils to start this game. Next pitch misses just off the plate outside for ball 2, so a 2-1 count.
You know, we talk about these big fields. Branton Bethea, the center fielder for San Juan, he likes to play shallow, but he's got really good speed, and he's one right now Coach Nelson wants to see to get on first base any way he can.
Well, he's got a quick 3-1 hitters count, does Bethea, as he stands back in on the right side. Working out of the windup is Bowden, swung on and missed. 4 strike 2 and a full count.
Yeah, Bethea, you know, got good speed. Infield playing back for the most part for Grand. Everyone playing him pretty much straight away.
3-2 payoff pitch on the outside half for a called strike 3. And Bethea will go down looking for the first out of the inning, first strike out of the game for Kalen Bowden.
Yeah, and that's one thing you don't see too often out of Branton Bethea in that leadoff spot is getting caught looking at strike 3. Thought maybe that was a little bit off the plate, going to be ball 4, but instead it's a strike 3 and the first out of this ball game.
So that brings the plate to Brody Bilbao. He steps in on the right side. First pitch swung on. It's going to be popped up. Trying to fight the sun is McKinney behind the plate and able to make the catch for out number 2, a P2 for Brody Bilbao as he goes down to the pop-up of the catcher for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, nice job of McKinney to be able to get rid of that mask and then find the ball. And like you said, battle the sun, makes a nice play.
So that will bring into the plate the catcher, Parker Snyder. He stands on the right side. Talk about the outfielders, Jackson Carroll, who started the game yesterday on the mound for Grand. He's playing pretty deep in center field. Several steps behind the logo as Snyder swings and misses for strike 1. There's the 0-1 delivery. He's going to miss just low for ball 1 and a 1-1 count. Appreciate Willie letting me hop on here and call a 2A game before I head back up to Solid Community College and do the 3A state championship game tonight.
And that should be an exciting 3-game series between both Union and Canyon View.
Yeah, I've had several of the 2A fans as I've been here this morning ask me about that format and how it would work. And for me, for baseball reasons, love the format. 2-1 pitch, ground ball to the left side by Snyder, fielded it short by Bisco. Throw to first is in time for the 6-3 ground out and the third out of the inning as Bowden sits him down in order. 1, 2, 3 they go. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base through 1/2 inning of play. It is San Juan 0, Grand County 0 on T5.Live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states.
Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit ipautah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded in 1982 with a simple mission: to shape the quality of life where we live, work, and play. We are proud to serve by providing clean water, increasing access to nature and recreation, protecting homes from flooding, designing safe wastewater systems, and connecting our communities. It is our goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
And we're back here at UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. Robert Lovell with you alongside Nolan Anderson. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, let's give you the starting lineup for the Grand County Red Devils. Leading it off is the first baseman, number 10, Ian Ellis. Hitting in the two-hole, the catcher, number 20, Jason McKinney. Batting third, the shortstop, number 8, Tatum Bisco. The cleanup hitter is the third baseman, number 99, Trace York. Batting fifth is the center fielder, number 5, Jackson Carroll. Hitting sixth, the left fielder, number 3, J.T. Dowd. Batting seventh is the right fielder, number 2, Braden Altoff. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 79, Caden Swayze. And rounding out the batting order is the pitcher, number 24, Kalen Bowden for the Red Devils. And first pitch swinging is Ellis. High fly ball to left. Knight looking over his head as that one goes over the wall. And a great start for Ian Ellis. A leadoff home run on the first pitch of the game for the Red Devils. They strike first 1-0.
You don't see many starts like that first pitch. Wow, Ian Ellis, I guess he was due yesterday. Kind of struggled. He had 2 strikeouts. He flew out to right field, and then his last at-bat, he finally did get a single yesterday. But, man, he puts a charge in that one and starts the game off the right way.
So that will bring Jason McKinney to the plate now for the Red Devils. The Grand leading 1-0. Right-handed pitcher Middleton for the Broncos. Working out of the windup. First pitch, off speed, strike one.
Yeah, after that that pitch that gets hit out of the ballpark by Ian Ellis, you definitely want to come back and not throw a fastball, make him sit back and wait a little bit.
Here's the 0-1 delivery. That one's going to miss up and in for ball one, and a 1-1 count to McKinney. 1-1 delivery, swung on, chopped foul to the left side for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Jason McKinney, the catcher for Grand, does a nice job behind the plate, and right now just trying to keep this inning alive as Ian Ellis puts a quick 1 run on the board. Grand yesterday too struggled to get some runs on the board.
1-2 pitch was fouled to the right side, out of play into the bullpen as McKinney battles to stay alive. Yeah, the 2 runs, and again, Kyson Giles, another one of the top pitchers in 2A that they faced for Duchesne. They got him off the mound at 4 1/3, but before he came back in to end it. The 1-2 swung on and fouled back out of play as McKinney continues to battle.
Yeah, that's all you got to do if you're McKinney. You're down 1-2, you just shorten up on the bat, maybe take a little bit off that swing, shorten it up, try to put the ball in play. You don't need to hit something in the gap here.
1-2, swung on, chopped to the left side, filled it at third by Ivins. Throw to first is in time for the 5-3 ground out and the first out of the inning.
Yeah, really good job defensively from Ivins as he kind of had to take an extra step back to play that hop, but then he put 2 or 3 nice steps in and really got his weight behind him as he threw that one across the diamond.
So that'll bring the shortstop Tatum Bisco to the plate now for the Red Devils. He stands in on the right side. First pitch from Middleton. Off speed on the outside edge for a called strike 1.
Yeah, Tatum Bisco, I was really impressed yesterday, and we saw play earlier in this first inning on Parker Snyder, but he's played a great shortstop this tournament. Like to see him get his bat going.
The 0-1 delivery, that misses up above Snyder behind the plate for ball 1 and a 1-1 count.
These two teams, we talked about it, they know each other. They live down there close together. They play each other in the same region. Grand getting both those wins, but we'll see how this one shakes out.
1-1 misses low for ball 2, so 2 balls and a strike. Again in the infield for San Juan, it's Ivins at third, Mendoza at short, White at second, Palmer at first. Next pitch, big swing and a miss on the curveball for strike 2 to Bisco and a 2-2 count.
Yeah, really nice off-speed pitch. Took a lot off of that one, and Bisco swings right over the top of it.
Outfielders for the Broncos, Knight in left, Bethea in center, and Bilbo in right. 2-2. Misses low. Snyder tries to frame it.
Yeah, and that's too good a pitch in my opinion. If you're at the plate, you can't let that one go. You got to be aggressive and foul it off. Do whatever you can.
Here's a 3-2 payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Bisco will go down swinging for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for Middleton.
Yeah, and that one was a little bit further out of the zone, but at the same time with 2 strikes, you got to be aggressive. You don't want to leave it up to the umpire, and I think he realized that after that pitch right before that one.
So that'll bring Trace York to the plate. He stands it on the right side. First one, ground ball to the right side, past the diving White at second base, into right field for a 2-out single for the cleanup hitter for the Red Devils.
Yeah, Trace York just taking first pitch fastball out over the plate, driving it into right field. That's one thing that, Middleton's going to have to make notes that these guys are going to come in and start swinging first pitch. I've got to be able to throw something maybe a little bit outside or even on the inside part or an off-speed pitch. I don't want to just throw fastball down the middle first pitch.
Brings Jackson Carroll to the plate. First pitch misses up for ball 1.
Jackson Carroll yesterday playing, he was the pitcher and then went to first base to finish out that game. Close 4-2 loss.
Watches ball 2 go by low for a 2-0 count.
And that's another one. It's interesting how this whole tournament is lined out. It's been a lot of the same teams in the same region having to face each other. Not many crossovers.
Right. Hitters count here. That one's on the outside edge for a called strike 1 to Carroll and a 2-1 count. You don't see a lot of first basemen go play center field the next game, but that's what we're seeing here out of Jackson Carroll.
Yeah, and Carroll yesterday, 0 for 2. He did get on by a hit by pitch.
2-1 drops off low and in for ball 3. So hitters count again for Carroll. 3 balls, 1 strike.
And this is a great time to maybe get your runner going, because if it's a strike or even like a hit and run situation, you're going to be swinging. And if it's out of the zone, ball 4, everybody's safe.
There's a 3-1 pitch. Swung on. It's fouled back out of play for strike 2 to Carroll on a full count.
Yeah, now for sure the runner, Trace York, at first base will be going on the pitch. Brant Bethea playing a little deeper than he did yesterday out there in center field. He's just behind the logo now, the Wolverine.
The payoff pitch, 2 out, swung on, high fly ball to right. Bilbo on his horse, going back, and not going to get there. That one lands. That'll score York from first. And heading to third is Carroll. He will come in standing up with an RBI triple for the Red Devils. They lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, really big hit from Jackson Carroll. He got all of that one. Middleton fell behind. He got behind 3-1 and then 3-2, and you're going to see the exact same pitch. So Carroll dialed it up, and we talked about the big field here. And I think the right fielder, who is Brody Bilbo, playing the right position. He just burned him. That was deep in the gap.
First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1 to J.T. Dowd. I don't think he saw it initially. It took him a minute to take off. And the sun is definitely causing some problems for fielders.
And we have seen that a little bit out there in right field.
So an 0-1 count to Dowd. Next pitch. Misses high and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Dowd yesterday 0 for 2 with a walk. So he's still looking for his first hit of this tournament.
There's the 1-1. Misses in the turf. It goes through the legs of Snyder. He has no idea where it went. And Carroll didn't take off immediately, but because Snyder didn't know where the ball was, he just trots home for the third run of the inning, 3-0 Grand County.
Yeah, you like your runners over there at third base, getting that good basic primary lead, but working on a good secondary, staying in foul territory, seeing the catcher catches it cleanly, then getting back in foul or fair territory. But you got to have that momentum going forward, and he didn't, and just the catcher lost it. allowed him to score.
Fouled off on the next pitch by Dowd for strike two, so a 2-2 count. And that's where, if you're on the San Juan side, right, that's where the pitcher's got to be yelling where the ball is.
Yeah, you got to be pointing. Just like a pop-up, you got to point, help your catcher.
Here's the 2-2. Swung on, ground ball to the left side. Fielded at short by Mendoza. Throw to first is not in time as Dowd beats it out for the infield 2-out single.
And that ball wasn't hit real sharp, but it looked like kind of a bobble out there at shortstop, which gave him a little bit of time. But, yeah, it's an infield single. You got to be able to come and play through that ball and get rid of it quickly.
Brings Braden Altoff to the plate now for the Red Devils. He stands in on the right side.
Yeah, San Juan's already getting the bullpen warmed up.
First pitch. This is away for ball one.
They realize they can't go too far in this game. Already Grand putting up more runs than they did yesterday.
Yeah. And it's a San Juan team that can hit. I mean, and they know that.
Well, they seem to hit and get better as the game goes on. So
yes. Runner takes off on a ball in the turf. Throw to seconds high. Sliding in safely and holding there will be Dowd. 2-0 count now to Altoff.
How many teams have you seen in a solid black uniform with a little bit of color?
Yeah. And when you say a little bit of color, just the outline of the black
yeah,
number is
it's
the
hard
color.
to see.
It is. Hitters count now. 2-0 pitch. Just off the plate outside for ball three, and a 3-0 count to Altoff.
Yeah, this Middleton, you do have first base open, so you don't want to totally give in right here and let Altoff get something that he can drive in that other runner and give him a 4-0 lead. But you got to be able to kind of hit those corners.
3-0, oh, automatic comes in for a called strike one and a 3-1 count.
Yep, and still right there, and I think Snyder's going to go out there and tell him that, we can't just throw something right down the middle. Also helps get your bullpen a little bit more time. Can't see exactly who that is down there warming up.
Yeah, right behind the pole for me. Middleton comes set, 3-1 pitch. It's going to be off the plate outside for ball four, so Altoff will draw the base on balls. 2-1 now for Grand as the eighth batter of the inning, Caden Swayze, comes to the plate.
Yeah, it looked like that's exactly what Middleton was trying to do, is hit that corner. If anything, let's just not throw it down the middle, but that's going to bring out Coach Jens Nilsson, and we may see a change as they are coming in from the bullpen.
I think it was Nilsson out there warming up. Trying to verify that, but they will make the change. So with the pitching change coming, we'll let you know what that is and any other changes that happen as a result. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Grand County leading San Juan 3-0 at 2 outs and 2 on for the Red Devils when we come back on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Embark on your journey to radiant skin with Sam Pete Skin Bar. Whether you are looking to address specific skin concerns, kickstart your skincare routine, or simply indulge in relaxation, we've got you covered. Facials, microneedling, seasonal chemical peels, and more. Located at 210 West Main Street in Mount Pleasant, Utah. Visit our website at sampeteskinbar.com or call or text 435-314-6024 to book your appointment today.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
The pitching change has been made for the San Juan Broncos. Baylor Nilsson now on to pitch. Corbin Middleton will step off the mound and head out to left field, and it'll be Knight coming out of the game for the San Juan Broncos. First pitch was a called strike to Caden Swayze. Here's the 0-1 from Nilsson. Thought about it, held off, watch a strike 2 go by to Swayze. So a quick 0-2 count. And now Parker Schneider going to go out and visit with the sophomore pitcher who just entered the game. Again, 2 runners on here for the Red Devils with the pitching change. JT out at second, Braden Altoff at first. 3 runs across in the inning for Grand to take the early 3-0 lead. Started the inning off with a leadoff home run by Ian Ellis. And you had an RBI triple by Jackson Carroll, and he came around to score on a wild pitch. There's the 0-2 delivery from Nilsson. Curveball, swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt, picked up by Snyder. Throw to first is in time. And Swayze goes down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning and first strikeout of the game for Baylor Nilsson. But the Red Devils strike first. They get 3 runs in the inning. They do so on 4 hits. No errors committed by San Juan, and 2 runners left on base through 1 inning of play. It is Grand County 3, San Juan 0 on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
We're back here at UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. 3-0 Grand lead San Juan as we go to the top of the 2nd inning. And the Broncos will bring the 4, 5, and 6 batters to the plate this inning. Cooper Palmer, Derek White, and Corbin Middleton. If they get to the 4th batter, that will be Talon Mendoza. And on the mound, Kalen Bowden for Grand County. Set him down in order 1, 2, 3 last inning. Works from the windup here. First pitch. He's going to drop off low to Palmer for ball 1.
Yeah, great start, though, for the Grand County Red Devils. They get 3 runs on 4 hits, and now you can go out there and play defense and just pitch to contact.
Here's the 1-0 delivery. Swung on and fouled back out of play for strike 1 and a 1-1 count. What does it do for a pitcher to get that early lead and be able to have that run support behind you?
Well, just like I said, I think it gives you a lot of confidence knowing that, hey, we got a lead. I can take a deep breath. Every pitch is it's not like it's going to be the end of the game. I can go out there, and if I give up a hit, I give up a hit.
Ground ball to the right side is going to get through the 3-4 hole with the chopping ground ball. And Cooper Palmer leads off the inning for the Broncos with a leadoff single.
Yeah, obviously right there is a perfect example. You don't want to give up the hit, but, hey, we got a 3-run lead. We're winning this. Doesn't hurt me as much as maybe a 1-0, 2-1 type game where that's the tying or the go-ahead run. You just go out there, get another ground ball, let your defense go to work. We have seen this Grand team able to turn double plays. They have a nice infield and do a good job out there defensively all around.
Derek White stands on the right side now. First pitch swinging, high pop-up will stay in the infield. Swayze going back. Altoff coming in from right field will call him off and make the play for out number 1. So a P9 pop-up to the right fielder for the first out of the inning for Derek White.
Yeah, good job right there from the pitcher, Kalen Bowden, come back and get that next pitch in there for a strike and just missed it. Derek White got underneath it a little bit too much. Needed to flatten that one out a little bit and hit it on the line.
Brings Corbin Middleton to the plate. He stands in on the left side. First pitch, fouled back to the screen, strike 1.
You know, and you're okay if you're Coach Keith Carroll over there in Grand, knowing that, hey, these San Juan hitters are good hitters. I'm okay if they come up there and swing first pitch as long as we're able to get those pop-outs and things like that. And I want to see my pitcher throwing strikes, getting ahead in the count, and that's exactly what Bowden's doing right there.
So an 0-1 count with one on and one out here in the top of the second inning. 3-0 Grand County leads San Juan. Again, the winner of this game moves on to play South Severe at 7 o'clock tonight, with a chance to play on Saturday on the line. Bowden comes set. So he checks Palmer at first. 0-1 pitch. Caught the inside edge for a called strike 2 and an 0-2 count.
Yeah, really good pitch, and now he's way ahead. He can throw something maybe marginable up in the zone or even down on the plate right here and see if he can't get him to chase.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on and fouled back to the screen as Middleton continues to battle.
Yeah, you don't want to totally waste pitches, but that one's too good a pitch in my opinion, 0-2. Middleton, a good hitter. You already got one runner on base. You don't want to just pipe him something here. He knows he's going to have to swing anything close already with 2 strikes.
Palmer takes about a 2-step lead at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, strike 3, and Middleton will go down swinging for the second out of the inning. Second strikeout of the game for Kalen Bowden.
Yeah, and that was a lot better pitch. He got it up in the zone, let him chase it, elevate, change the eye level, and gets him to swing underneath that one for strike 3.
That'll bring Talon Mendoza to the plate now, the shortstop for the Broncos.
Mendoza had a good day yesterday hitting as well. He hit the ball really well, does a nice job at shortstop, but
first pitch is off the plate outside, 4-1.
Yeah, Mendoza was actually 3 for 4, 3 RBIs, 2 singles, and a triple.
Strong kid. As he stands back into the right side of the 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch swung on. That'll be fouled to the right side. Out of play for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. You look at Jason McKinney behind the plate. Just really had a great senior year. Basketball, baseball, really has put together a strong year to wrap up his senior year of high school.
This whole group of athletes for Grand, we talked about it. You know, their basketball had a good season. You know, they came on late in football a little bit. They struggled early on, but really nice season so far baseball-wise. They were able to win that region and come in as the 3 seed, be able to host that pod. And just ran into a tough Duchesne game yesterday. And you know, that's a game, once again, you play the team for the 3rd time. Everybody knows everybody, and you have good scouting reports, and it could have gone either way, but Duchesne gets the win.
1-2 count now for called strike 2. Mendoza thought about that one. Holds off, watches ball 2 go by high for a 2-2 count.
Well, Mendoza learned from Middleton that I got to lay off the high stuff. They challenged Middleton. He went for it. That time they tried to do the same thing to Mendoza, but he lays off the high stuff.
2-2. Curveball drops off in the turf for ball 3 and a full count.
Yeah, full count, 2 out. You're going to see Cooper Palmer down there at first base take off on the pitch.
Bowden takes the sign from McKinney behind the plate as he turns and looks at Palmer at first. Comes set. 2 outs, the payoff pitch. Now it's going to miss for ball 4. And that'll put 2 on now for the Broncos. Runners at first and second as Palmer moves up a bag.
Yeah, that's the first walk issued by Bowden.
That was close.
Yeah, and he was trying to sell it. He was heading into the dugout, but umpire saying no thanks, ball 4.
Brings Jake Ivins to the plate. He stands in on the right side for San Juan. First pitch from Bowden. Swing and a miss, strike 1 over the top of that breaking ball.
And Jake Ivins had a tough day at the plate yesterday. 0 for 4, looking for his first hit here at UVU.
Really wide stance for Ivins. The 0-1 pitch. Swing at one in the dirt, strike 2.
Yeah, and it doesn't help when you chase and you know, balls that are out of the strike zone, and now you really have to battle 0-2.
He stands back into the right side. 2 outs and 2 on here in the top of the second inning. 3-0 Grand County leads San Juan. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one misses upstairs for ball 1.
And Jake Ivins is one that Coach Nelson would love to see get going. He's got great speed. He does a good job on the base pass. We've seen him play a solid third base, but you know, trying to get his first hit and maybe knock in a run right here.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just misses for ball 2. Bowden wanted it, didn't get it. 2-2 count.
Yeah, and you know, at some point you got to realize that umpire's not calling that, and he's probably not going to call it if you continue to try to get, you know, it's like you're begging out there, and you don't want to show up the umpire maybe you'd hope that he calls it regardless, but at the same time, recognize that that's just a ball and he's not going to call that pitch.
2-2 swung on, ground ball to the left side, fielded at third by York. Throw to first is in time for the 5-3 ground out. And the third out of the inning. The Broncos threaten, but they do not score. No runs on one hit, no errors by the Red Devils, and 2 runners left on base. Through 1.5 innings of play, it's Grand County 3, San Juan 0 on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
All right, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
We're back here at UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University as we go to the bottom of the second inning with Grand County leading San Juan 3-0 in this elimination game of the 2A baseball state tournament here in Orem. And the Red Devils will bring the 9-1 and 2 batters to the plate this inning. Kalen Bowden, Ian Ellis, and Jason McKinney. If they get to the fourth batter, that will be Tatum Bisco. Baylor Nilsson on the mound for San Juan. He's pitching before his infield's even back to their positions.
Sometimes, you get a young pitcher out there. He's in the zone. He's just dialed it up with the catcher right there, not worrying about what's going on behind him.
First pitch missed high. Second one misses inside for a quick 2-0 count. And I said that Mendoza was just turning around as the ball left his hand, so at shortstop. So he was ready to go. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Leaves that one upstairs for ball 3, so a quick 3-0 count.
Sometimes it doesn't matter where you're at, whether you're pitching or not. When you're a young player, you're just happy to be out there.
Yeah. 3-0 delivery. Swung on, chopper to the left side. Mendoza at short, bobbles it. Got off the hill, throw to first, is still in time for the 6-3 ground out and the first out of the inning.
That just shows you the arm strength in Mendoza out there because, anybody else, he's going to be safe, but I don't know if Bowden just thought, hey, I'm out, so he wasn't running as hard as maybe he should have, but at the same time, Mendoza threw a rocket after he bobbled that one to first base.
Mendoza's not playing real deep on that left side of the infield. He's not as deep as we've seen most shortstops play. First pitch now to Ellis, misses away with the curveball for ball 1, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, another breaking ball misses in for ball 2. So hitters count for Ellis, and last time he got a good pitch.
Yeah, he ripped that one.
Here's the 2-0. Curveball swung on, foul tip for strike 1.
I said in one of the earlier games right here, certain batter, not necessarily Ellis, but I said he's got to find some grass out there somewhere, and Willie was teasing me because there's no grass, and there's some grass out there.
That's right, there is some grass. Big swing and a miss there on the breaking ball for strike 2 and a 2-2 count now to Ellis. Yeah, the grass is there. It's just on the other side of the fence. There's the 2-2 delivery. Another breaking ball swung on. High fly ball fouled on the left field line into the bullpen as Ellis stays alive.
Yeah, Ellis 1 for 4 yesterday. Already 1 for 1 with the home run and RBI.
Again, the 2-2. Curveball swung on. High pop up to the left side. Going up back is Mendoza and Ivans. Mendoza calls for it. Nope, he's going to be called off by Middleton, who makes the play in shallow left field for out number 2. So an F7 for Ellis, fly out to left for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, really good job that time, Middleton, to call them off. It's easier for him. I think Mendoza was there and was going to make the catch, but it's a lot easier for him just to continue to come in, keep the ball in front of him, make the catch versus Mendoza over the shoulder.
Brings Jason McKinney to the plate now for the Red Devils. He stands in on the right side. First pitch This is up for ball one.
Yeah, so far Nelson's done a nice job in relief of Middleton. Come in and kind of slowed down these Grand hitters.
Here's the 1-0 delivery. That breaking ball misses inside for ball two. Hitters count now for McKinney.
This is great experience for him, too, because he's obviously someone that San Juan's going to rely on the next couple of years.
Yes, he is. 2-0 breaking ball misses up above the head for ball three. Yeah, we've been looking kind of at a lot of third basemen here this weekend, playing so deep, and you look at the left side of the San Juan infield, very different. 3-1 pitch misses outside for ball four, so a 2-out base on balls issued to McKinney as he heads to first base. And, the third baseman, Ivins, he's playing about even with the bag, but then Mendoza's almost even with him.
Yeah, it really is. And, you look at the other side, second baseman playing back, first baseman playing kind of even with the bag. That's what you'd expect even over there at shortstop. But I just think and I haven't personally played out here and been on it, but the coaches and some of these players said that this is more natural like real grass. And so Mendoza maybe not wanting to get caught playing too deep and give people infield singles.
Yeah. Weston Jones comes in as the speed-up runner for the catcher, McKinney, for a grand. Bisco at the plate now for the Red Devils. Watches ball one go by. Nelson get a turn and throw to first. Not in time. No tag applied by Palmer as Jones dives back safely. There's the 1-0 pitch. That was Snyder doing his best frame job there, pulling it back about 8 inches. Doesn't get the call for ball two. Jones about a step and a half lead is all at first base. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball stays up for ball three. So a 3-0 count as we talked about Nilsson coming in and retiring 3 straight. Now he's thrown 7 straight balls.
Yeah, and if you're Grand, you want to be patient. Maybe see if you can't knock him out of this game early and get to another pitcher.
That one misses up for ball four. So back-to-back 4-pitch walks issued by Nilsson. Puts 2 on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Grand leading San Juan 3-0. And the cleanup hitter, Trace York, coming to the
and
plate.
you like the leadership of Cooper Palmer over there at first base, coming in, giving him some words of encouragement, and then turning around and talking to his second baseman and right fielder there, telling him, hey, let's get behind our pitcher.
There's the first pitch. That curveball fouled off to the right side for strike one.
Kind of late break on that curveball, too, to where Trace York really couldn't load up. He kind of took more of a defensive type swing right there.
0-1 count. Runners take their lead. Pitch from Nilsson. Swung on. Ground ball to left side. Fielded at third by Ivins, and he'll step on the bag for out number 3. So York hits into the fielder's choice to the third baseman for the third out of the inning as the Red Devils threaten, but they do not score. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Through 2 innings of play, it's Grand County 3, San Juan 0 on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Expecting a bundle of joy? Beaver Valley Hospital's new maternity wing is your local haven for life's special deliveries. Combining cozy comfort with top-tier technology, they bring big city medical excellence to the heart of Beaver with that small-town touch Beaver Valley Hospital is known for. Their full-service community hospital is your health partner from inpatient care, emergency, surgical, maternity, physical therapy, home health, and hospice. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to support Beaver High School.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has
We're back to UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. 2 innings in the books, and the Grand Canyon Red Devils lead San Juan 3-0 in this elimination game of the 2A Baseball State Tournament. Winner moves on to play South Sevier at 7 o'clock tonight with a chance to play on Saturday on the line. And coming to the plate this inning for the San Juan Broncos will be the 9, 1, and 2 batters, Jagger Neves, Brenton Bethea, and Brody Bilbo. Kalen Bowden on the mound for Grand County. First pitch swinging is Neves. Fouls it off to the right side for strike one. If they get to the fourth batter this inning, that will be Parker Snyder for San Juan.
Yeah, Neves 2 for 3 yesterday. Hit the ball really well.
The 0-1 misses low for ball 1 and a 1-1 count.
And Neves, as big as he is, he's got really good speed. He runs well. We've seen him steal bases.
Here's the 1-0 from Bowden. Stays low for ball 2.
Right now, pretty tight zone back there. Both these two teams need to be taking notes and paying attention to that. Being patient at the plate.
2-1 pitch. In there for a called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bowden working out of the windup. 2-2 delivery. Misses outside for ball 3 and a full count now to Neves.
Yeah, Neves looking for a pitch right here, full count. He's got to bring it to you, otherwise it's going to be ball 4, so you've got to load up and get ready for your pitch right here.
Here's the 3-2 payoff pitch. Curveball swung on, ground ball to the left side, fielded by York at third. Throw to first offline, and as he tries to apply the tag, the ball comes flying into right field out of his glove, and safe at first on the air is Jagger Neves for the Broncos.
Boy, we've seen that almost too much here. Someone's going to eventually get an injury because of that. You're coming up the line as hard as you can as a base runner, and the fielder, sometimes you're going to see collisions, or you're going to see someone reach back for a tag, and you could tear a shoulder out real fast right there. But that ball went flying into right center field, and you can see him shaking his hand right there. That one hurt.
As Ellis made the catch, tried to apply the sweeping tag, and again, the collision caused that ball to fly 50, 60 feet.
Yeah.
So that brings leadoff batter Brenton Bethea to the plate now for San Juan with an opportunity here to move a runner around. With no outs, 1 on.
And I think part of that's because you mentioned it, Robert, as you came here. The first thing you noticed is some of these third basemen playing way back. It's a longer throw now than what they're probably used to normally, and runners gives them an extra couple steps to get down the line.
Neves takes off on the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop is in time as Neves slides in. He takes out the second baseman, Swayze. But he slides in, and they get the out. Even though he took off on the pitch, it's a 6-4 fielder's choice for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and that was going to be really close. He obviously went past the bag, but there was no tag even applied or needed. Called him out on the force out, but it was close.
I was wondering if they would maybe call interference and taking out the fielder. But
we've seen that once here in this tournament, automatic double play.
Yes. That'll bring Brody Bilbo to the plate now for the Broncos. He stands on the right side with 1 out and 1 on. Throw to first, not in time. Scoreboard reads 2 outs, but just 1. Now they get that corrected. About a 2.5 step lead at first base for Bethea. First pitch to Bilbo drops off low for ball 1.
Yeah, and I think you'll see that lead just continue to grow. Obviously, you don't want to run out of an inning this early, trailing 3-0, but at the same time, with his speed, you'd love to take the force off.
Takes that 2.5 step lead, takes off on the pitch. Pitch is low. Throw down to second is not in time. It goes actually off the head of the second baseman, Swayze. He jumped to caught it and bounces toward left field.
Yeah, and he's he was rubbing his head there for a little bit. But, yeah, I didn't think it was going to take too long before you see Bethea go ahead and swipe second base.
Still second base on ball 2 to Bilbo for a 2-0 count. Yeah, Swayze jumped in the air to catch it and just kind of mistimed it. And as a result, the ball hits him in the head and Karam's off to left field.
Yeah, Coach Carroll came out of the dugout, too, give him a thumbs up, checking to make sure he's okay.
Bowden sets, 2-0 pitch. Down the middle, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, he didn't really like that pitch, but kind of shook his head like, okay. Still ahead in the count, 2-1.
Pretty big lead. He's going to take off on the pitch. It's low and away in the turf, and they have no shot at getting Bethea as he steals at third base. And it's now a 3-1 hitter's count for Bilbo.
Yeah, and that takes obviously the pressure off the infielders is trying to hold a runner, which didn't matter for him. Now they can just deepen up, play their position, but basically based on the way they are playing their position, they're going to go ahead and give up a run for an out.
Here's the 3-1 delivery. It's going to be fouled off to the right side for strike two and a 3-2 full count. Bethea's taken him. He's 40 feet down the line.
Yeah. He's a gamer, that's for sure. We've seen him, like I said, in center field. He likes to come in and just keeps creeping in, and he's been burned a couple times, but he's got great speed, and he trusts his ability to use his legs.
There's the payoff pitch. Swung on. Ground ball to the left side. Picked up by York behind the bag. Throw to first is in the dirt, but in time for the 5-3 ground out and the second out of the inning. That one actually surprised me a little bit that Bethea went back to the bag on that chopper.
Yeah, I think he started, and I don't know. I'm sure Coach Nelson was yelling at him the whole time, get back, because they would have been able to have a play here at the plate. You'd hate to trade a runner at first for a runner at third, so smartly he does get back, and then I thought he might take off on the throw.
That will bring Parker Snyder to the plate. He hits from the right side. First pitch in the turf. Good block by McKinney for ball one.
Yeah, McKinney, you talked about him, just a really solid catcher behind the plate, one of the key leaders and players on this team.
Snyder back in on the right side. There's the 1-0. That's going to miss inside for ball two, and a hitter's count now for the San Juan quarterback.
Yeah, and Snyder was 1 for 4 yesterday, but he had a key single with 2 RBIs and looking to get an RBI right here.
2-0 hitters count with 2 outs. That one caught the inside edge for strike one. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, and that's a really good take because it's kind of a borderline. You don't want to jam yourself. Let it go. Strike one, nothing hurt. Get a pitch out over the plate.
Snyder calls time as Bowden comes set. Bethea takes a lead at third, not being held on. York playing way back towards the outfield grass. There's the 2-1. Swung on, popped to the right side, down the line, and that one will drift foul for strike two to Snyder as Altoff gave chase but could not get there.
No, good effort from Altoff, and that's the right idea. If you're Snyder, if you get that pitch out over the plate on that outside half, you can't try to pull it and just roll over it and ground out to the left side. You got to be able to take that pitch and go with it.
So Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the third. 3-0 Grand. Runner on third for the Broncos. And 2-2 misses high and away for ball 3 to full count to Snyder.
Yeah, good take again from Snyder, having a really good at-bat right here. He's got to be ready for this one.
So count is full. The payoff pitch from Bowden. Curveball misses up for ball 4, and Snyder will draw the base on balls. Runners on the corners for San Juan with 2 outs, and the cleanup hitter Cooper Palmer coming to the plate.
Yeah, that's a second walk issued now by Bowden. He's done a pretty good job, only give up the 1 hit, but now issues his second walk and brings up the dangerous Cooper Palmer.
He's 1 for 1 in the game is Palmer. Chopping ground ball through the 3-4 hole last inning. Snyder at first, 2.5-step lead. Bethea at third. First pitch to Palmer, misses up and away, ball 1.
Yeah, Palmer, he's one of those hitters, too, that he can hit the ball to all fields. He's not necessarily just trying to sit on a pitch and pull it. We seen him yesterday hit a triple in the left center field gap. He can go to all fields.
Defense playing pretty well straight up on the left-handed cleanup hitter. There's the 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. They fake the throw to second, giving up second base and the defensive indifference to Parker Snyder. So 2 in scoring position now for the Broncos with 2 outs and a 1-1 count.
Yeah, now you might want to be a little bit more careful in how you pitch to Cooper Palmer with first base open. If you're Grand, you don't want to just give in right here, and Coach Nelson's going to send out, speed up runner for the catcher.
Yeah. And I was actually just about to say that I like that they don't automatically go to the speed up runner. Now that he's in that scoring position, it's a little different. But when you've got a great base runner, take him off the field.
Absolutely. And you saw him just go steal a base. he's got that, savvy out there. He understands the game, knows the game, and I agree with you.
1-1 count here to Palmer. Bethea with a big lead down third. Prompts Bowden to step off the mound. And he's working out of the stretch, but York has no interest of holding him.
I was going to say, he's still throwing out of the stretch. So
here's the 1-1 pitch. Drops off low for ball 2. Change up on that one?
Yeah, it sure looked like he took a lot off that pitch, and it might have been just a straight change. Seeing if he couldn't get Palmer to maybe be way out in front of something and pop it up.
McKinney calls time, goes out and visit with his pitcher.
I almost wonder here if he's not telling him, we both mentioned that he's throwing out a stretch, but go to the windup right here. Just play catch. Let's just go get Palmer.
Yeah, Trace York at third's not holding them on.
No, and you've also got first base open. Almost looks like that's what he's going to do, too. Yep.
Yeah.
We talked about it, McKinney being a leader. Nope, he's going to go back to stretch.
Yes, he is. Palmer back in on the left side. 2-1 count with 2 outs. Runners take their lead. Time called by Palmer in the box.
Yeah, I think this is just designed. They're just trying to get in the head of Kalen Bowden out there on the mound. You got Bethea really trying to draw his attention at third base and then calling time right there at Cooper Palmer.
Next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2 and a 2-2 count to Palmer.
Yeah, that was a really good spot. He hit his location, and that's a tough pitch to hit down there.
I believe it's Watcott. That's the speed-up runner at second base for the Broncos. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 on for San Juan, trailing Grand 3-0 here in the top of the third. Bowden comes set. The 2-2. Swung on. High fly ball to center field. Carroll is there, takes a few steps back, and makes the play for out number 3. So an F8 for Palmer. Fly out to center field for the third out of the inning as the Broncos threaten, but they do not score. No runs on no hits in the inning. 1 error committed by Grand and 2 runners left on base through 2.5 innings of play. It's Grand County 3, San Juan 0 on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and a nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
At CVMC Medical Clinics, our growing team of physicians and advanced providers are shaping what rural health care can be. With an array of specialties available in world-class orthopedic medicine, our footprint is always expanding to ensure our personalized approach is reaching as many as possible. Familiar faces and expert knowledge, all of our locations can offer your family full-spectrum care in one place. Available in Nephi, Santaquin, and Fountain Green. CVMC is the place where healthcare is made personal.
To the bottom of the third inning we go, and a line drive back up the middle by Jackson Carroll to lead the inning off for the Red Devils. Has a runner on with no outs as Grand County brings the 5, 6, and 7 batters to the plate this inning. Carroll followed by J.T. Dowd, then Braden Altoff. If they get to the 4th batter, that's Caden Swayze. Baylor Nilsson on the mound for San Juan.
Yeah, right now, Jackson Carroll 2 for 2. We saw that big triple and an RBI in the first inning, and then he comes right back there with the single.
Now squaring to bunt, and nearly hitting him was Dowd, but broke just inside. And we've talked about it. Nilsson has a late break on that breaking ball.
Yeah, you really have to just you can't give up on it, that's for sure, but you really got to just wait, turn in, and hit that ball over the second baseman's head.
Throw over to first, not in time as Carroll dives back safely. Dowd, who's in on the plate. 1-0 pitch. There's another breaking ball for strike one.
Yeah, that's what Nelson's strength is that curve ball, and he's going to throw it probably more and more throughout this game.
Nelson comes set, the 1-1 delivery. Swung on, ground ball to the left side. Going to get under the glove of Ivins at third base into left field. Middleton will pick it up there, but everybody is safe.
Yeah, Ivins is frustrated. You saw him kind of just tap the ground there with his right hand. He missed that one and went right under his glove.
Official score goes ahead and rules that one a hit. So runners at first and second.
Yeah, he dove for it, but it's one that, as he dove for it, literally right under his glove, just didn't get his glove down.
So 2 on, no outs for Grand here in the bottom of the third, leading San Juan 3-0. Braden Altoff at the plate. First pitch from Nilsson. Late break must not have come in enough.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it might have caught that corner, but umpire says no. Both Carroll and Dowd now 2 for 2.
Yeah. There's the 1-0 pitch. That one's in there for a called strike one. He's got great spin rate on that breaking ball.
Yeah, he really does. You talk about the spin rate. That's kind of the new thing in baseball is you're trying to get as much spin on the baseball as you can.
1-1 pitch. That one a little slower, drops in for a called strike, 2 and a 1-2 count.
That's what we seen out of Giles from Duchesne yesterday against this Grand team is he threw 2 different speeds, and it was the slower of the 2 that was really effective.
Altoff calls time in the box. He'll step out. 2 on here for the Red Devils in the bottom of the third inning, leading San Juan 3-0. Again, the winner moves on to play South Severe at 7 o'clock tonight. 1-2 pitch, check swing, ball in the turf. Good block by Snyder to hold the runners. 2-2 count.
Yeah, you're going to check to see if he went. Umpire says no. This is a big inning right here because you're already trailing 3-0 if you're San Juan. You'd love to see a played out or see if you can't get something on the ground, maybe roll a double play.
2-2 curveball, ground ball to the right side through the 3-4 hole for a base hit. Rounding third and on his way home is Carroll, going first to third on the play. Now they're going to go to second, and Altoff is caught trying to go to second on the throw as Palmer cut it off and they get the out at second base, but it's an RBI single for Altoff. It's 4-0 Grand, and again, Dowd goes first to third on the play.
Yeah, really good base running, good piece of hitting. You talked about Dowd. He did a nice job of jumping that ball. He could have easily got hit by the ground ball through that 4-3 hole, but he jumps it, gets to third base, and then a nice job defensively. Cooper Palmer cutting that one and flipping it over to second base to get the out.
Brings Caden Swayze to the plate. First pitch, strike one from Nielsen.
Swayze wears number 79.
I love it.
We were talking earlier with Trace York. He wears 99. We probably have a pretty good idea who he might like as far as his favorite baseball player, but not sure here on
Manny
Swayze.
Ramirez is who you're talking about, right?
With the last name York. I told Willie it could be multiple players, but
we know who you're thinking of as a Yankees fan.
Aaron Judge.
Swinging a miss, strike 2.
79, though, I haven't figured that one out yet.
Yeah, I don't know. 1-2 count. Next pitch from Nilsson misses high for ball 2.
You see Swayze choke up on the bat. He realizes 2 strikes. It's really important with 1 out. They can't go down swinging or looking. I've got to be able to put the ball in play and try to get that teammate of mine at third base in.
2-2 pitch, big swing and a miss for strike 3. Parker Snyder was ready to head to the dugout, but his teammates say, hey, that's just 2.
Yeah, that was a big plate out right there from Baylor Nelson. Got Swayze to wave at that curveball for strike 3.
Brings Keelan Bowden to the plate. He stands in on the right side. He's tall. First pitch, ground ball to the right side. Fielding it at second is White. Throw to first is in time for the 4-3 ground out. And the third out of the inning, but Grand adds to their lead. They get 1 run on 3 hits, no errors by San Juan, and 1 runner left on base through 3 innings of play. Grand County 4, San Juan 0 on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people, and many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
Back here at UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. We're through 3 innings. We go to the top of the 4th with Grand County leading San Juan 4-0. And Nolan, as you look at this Broncos team, we know what kind of how they can hit the baseball. You just kind of keep expecting that to break open. But Kalen Bowden's doing a really good job of keeping them off balance for Grand.
He is. You know, I've been really impressed with him. He's only given up the 1 hit. He's been really good as far as getting ahead and mixing his pitches up, hitting location. He's only walked 2 batters. But the one thing I have watched and learned from San Juan is they don't quit. You know, they just kind of continue to battle, and then sometimes the bats really come alive late in the game. So we're here at the top of the 4th. That's about the time these bats start to come alive for this San Juan team.
Yeah, we're on that second time through the lineup, halfway through the second time through the lineup, and so we'll see if that changes things here going forward. But Grand's playing some great baseball right now. San Juan brings the 5, 6, and 7 batters to the plate this inning. Derek White, Corbin Middleton, and Talon Mendoza. If they get to the 4th batter, that'll be Jake Ivins. Kalen Bowden on the mound for Grand. First pitch misses, low and away for ball 1. As White stands back in on the right side. Next pitch caught the outside edge for strike 1.
Yeah, he's done a nice job of mixing it up on the inside part of the plate. Outside, we've seen him even challenge the hitters up in the zone a little bit.
There's the 1-1 delivery. Curveball swung on, ground ball back at the middle. Fielded at short by Bisco. Throw to first is in time for the 6-3 ground out and the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and Bisco, I mean, there's a lot of good players here, but Bisco's really impressed me with his glove at shortstop. He's got a good arm. He covers. He plays fairly deep, but he's got good range, and he's got a good enough, strong enough arm, but he's just got a smooth glove, good footwork out there.
Yeah, he played right through that
Yeah.
ball and threw a strike.
Yeah, sometimes you see players kind of stop their feet and wait on it instead of keeping their feet, like you mentioned, playing right through that ball.
First pitch to Corbin Middleton drops off low and in for ball 1, so a 1-0 count as he stands back in on the left side. 1 out, nobody on base. Next pitch swung on, line drive into right field, right at Braden Altoff for out number 2. So an L9 for Middleton, line out to right for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, and that ball was hit well. Middleton squared it up, but we talked about it, just the change of speed out there. It's just not, once in a while he'll slip a hard fastball in there, but he doesn't throw extremely hard. Velocity's not there, and it's just keeping these hitters from able to really hit anything hard.
Talon Mendoza at the plate. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, and that one looked like he even couldn't tell if it was a curveball. I got kind of blocked out right there on that swing, but a really good pitch. And now you can see him just hugging that inside part of the batter's box.
Here's the 0-1 delivery. Swung on, blooper to the right side. Altoff is there for out number 3. So an F9 for Mendoza, fly out to right, and Bowden sits him down in order. 1, 2, 3 they go. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. Through 3.5, we're halfway home. And it is Grand County 4, San Juan 0 on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit IPAUtah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded in 1982 with a simple mission: to shape the quality of life where we live, work, and play. We are proud to serve by providing clean water, increasing access to nature and recreation, protecting homes from flooding, designing safe wastewater systems, and connecting our communities. It is our goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Embark on your journey to radiant skin with Sam Pete Skin Bar. Whether you are looking to address specific skin concerns, kickstart your skincare routine, or simply indulge in relaxation, we've got you covered. Facials, microneedling, seasonal chemical peels, and more. Located at 210 West Main Street in Mount Pleasant, Utah. Visit our website at sampeteskinbar.com or call or text 435-314-6024 to book your appointment today.
Back here at UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. To the bottom of the fourth inning we go. And the Red Devils bringing the top of the order to the plate. Ian Ellis, Jason McKinney, and Tatum Bisco. If they get to the fourth batter, the cleanup hitter is Trace York. And an immediate base runner for the Red Devils as Ian Ellis gets plunked in the back on the 0-1 pitch from Baylor Nilsson. So Ellis now stands at first. That brings Jason McKinney to the plate for Grand. No square to bunt. Pull it back. Watch a strike one go by on the outside half.
I was just going to say that was not by design to hit him in the back right there. The pitch just got away from Nilsson, but at the same time, you're probably happier seeing that than letting him hit one over the left field wall.
He's 1 for 2 in the game with that home run. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Misses upstairs for a ball one and a 1-1 count. McKinney's 0 for 1 in the game. Grounded out to third in the first. Walked into second. So 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yep, McKinney looking to get his first hit here and into the game. Yesterday, 0 for 4. I had a tough day at the plate with 2 strikeouts. Ground out to second and a fielder's choice. So far he has reached at least with the walk like you mentioned.
Stands it on the right side. Runner takes off. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Filtered by Mendoza. No play at second. Throw to first is in time for the 6-3 ground out. And the first out of the inning. But moving up on the play is Ian Ellis in the scoring position.
Yeah, and that looked to me like it was a hit and run because that pitch was a little bit inside, and it looked like he just he knew hit and run. I got to put the ball on the bat on the ball and get it on the ground, and he did a nice job of doing that. It allows Ellis to get safely into second base.
So that will bring Tatum Bisco to the plate. First pitch in there for a called strike one.
Talked about Tatum's glove. He bats in the 3 spot, but still really hasn't been able to get his bat going like I'm sure Coach Carroll would like.
There's the 0-1 pitch. Not real sure where that one even missed. Snyder dropped it, and it might have helped.
Yeah, I think that sometimes that's the thing. If the catcher doesn't help the pitcher out, it might still be a strike, but when you don't catch it, it makes it look like it was a ball.
So 1-1 count. Pitch from Nilsson. Curveball swung on. High fly ball to left center. Bethea over. He'll make the play for out number 2. Returning back to second base is Ian Ellis. So an F8 for Bisco. Flat to center field for the second out of the inning.
Trace York now coming up 1 for 2. Going to get a chance to pick up an RBI. I'm sure Coach Carroll doesn't want to see them waste this runner and the opportunity because we talked about it. These San Juan hitters, they don't give up, and sometimes later in the game they just get better.
Trace York takes one off the back of the head. So the hit by pitch, second one of the inning by Nilsson, puts runners at first and second now for Grand, with Jackson Carroll coming to the plate. Hottest bat in the lineup right now for the Red Devils.
Yeah, and one thing too, Carroll hasn't seen many pitches. He's been aggressive early in the count. He's looking for his pitch, and when he gets it, he's made him pay.
He stands in on the left side as the runners take their lead. First pitch, misses up for ball 1.
Yeah, looks down. Coach Carroll, no signs really.
There's the 1-0 from Nilsson. He's going to miss inside for ball 2, so a hitter's count now for Carroll.
Yeah, and you don't want to fall behind with Carroll swinging the bat that he's swinging today, 2-0. Carroll's got to love this opportunity.
Yeah, 2-0 count. He's 2 for 2 in the game. 2 runs scored and an RBI. Curveball here. Just misses outside for ball 3 from Nilsson and a 3-0 count.
Yeah, and the scary part is if you go ahead and walk Carroll, you're facing a JT Dowd on deck that's 2 for 2.
3-0 from Nielsen. Curveball. That one does catch the outside edge for a called strike one, and a 3-1 hitters count for Jackson Carroll.
Yeah, good backdoor curveball that time from Nielsen. Didn't want to just throw the fastball right down the middle.
3-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back to the screen for strike two and a full count.
Yeah, really good job out there on the mound from Baylor Nelson to battle back. Fell behind early 3-0, and then battles back to a full count.
So counts full. 2 on, 2 outs. Nielsen sets from the stretch. Runners take off. He's going to throw to third, and a balk will be called.
Yep.
As he didn't step off the mound, he kind of leaned towards home and threw a strike to third base. He's trying to plead his case with the field umpire.
Yeah, that's going to get Coach Nelson out of the dugout to talk.
He's trying to plead the case as well.
Yeah.
It looked pretty clear he was coming home.
Yeah.
With his body.
Well, I was just surprised that he was able to even pick up on what was going on right there and throw that to third base. Now, wait a minute. They're sending both runners back. I don't know why they're...
Well, let's see. They do send them back.
Was there the only thing they could do is say there was time? No, now they're moving them.
Yep, now they're moving them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's clearly a balk unless there was time.
Right. So count remains full for Jackson Carroll. Runners at second and third now. Now what is...
I think he's trying to get them to talk to the third baseman, talking to his player, because even Ivans picks up his glove and, yeah. Little John back and forth. These teams, it's kind of one of them rivalry games. They know each other well.
So counts full as Carroll steps back in on the left side with 2 in scoring position and 2 outs. The payoff pitch fouled off to the left side as Carroll battles.
Yeah, Carroll able not, continue this at-bat, continue to fight him off, but not able to get anything really good on this pitch from Baylor Nelson.
Again, here's the payoff pitch. Swung on high, pop-up. Will it stay in play? Ivans coming over near the grand dugout. Makes the catch right at the wall for the third out of the inning. Great catch for Ivans to end the threat as Grand gets 2 on, but they do not score. No runs on no hits in the inning. And no errors committed by the Broncos. 2 runners left on base. Through 4 complete. It's at Grand County 4, San Juan 0 on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
We're back here at UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University as we go to the top of the fifth inning with Grand County leading San Juan 4-0. The Broncos put up the most runs yesterday of any team, putting up 11 in the win over Milford, but still looking for their first run today. They had just one hit through 4 innings as Kalen Bowden has done a great job keeping them off balance. The Broncos this inning bring the 8-9-1 batters to the plate. Jake Ivins, Jagger Neves, and Brenton Bethea. If they get to the fourth batter, that will be Brody Bilbo. Kalen Bowden on the mound. Breaking ball for a called strike to Jake Ivins for the 0-1 count.
Well, a little bit of fireworks, too, in that last inning. If you're Jake Ivins and San Juan, this is who you want to see at the plate. He was able to get that last out. They had some words between him and I think one of the Grand players on that last balk, and then the coaches kind of come together in between innings trying to talk things, just keep the sportsmanship at the highest level.
Another called strikes, 1-0-2 count. Yeah, both coaches met right there by a home plate to visit. 0-2 pitch swung on, slow ground ball off the plate. Throw to first by Bowden is in time for the 1-3 ground out and the first out of the inning.
Yeah, it's twice for Jake Ivins. If you remember back in the second inning, he hit that 5-3 and barely got out on that one and gets another one right here. This time it was back to the pitcher, Caleb Bowden.
So that'll bring Jagger Neves to the plate now for the Broncos. He stands on the right side. First pitch from Bowden. This is low, ball 1.
Got Jagger. We saw him get out at second base on that fielder's choice, but he's one that can hit something in a gap and really get his wheels going.
1-0 pitch swung on and hit right at the second baseman, Swayze, for out number 2. So an L4 line out to second for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, that ball was hit well, too, just right at the second baseman there, Swayze. We've seen some other balls that have been hit good, but that's one thing when you play a team for the third time, you kind of know each other's tendencies and you can position your fielders. And right now, for the most part, they're pretty much straight up, but they've had them positioned perfectly.
First pitch now to the leadoff batter, Brenton Bethea, in there for a called strike 1.
And Kalen Bowden, give him a lot of credit. He's just been he's been good out there on the mound.
Yeah, he's been tough. The 0-1 pitch. It's going to drop off low for ball 1.
He's only got, I have him for only, 2 strikeouts, but he's just got a lot of outs. Obviously, they're not plate outs, but he's just pitching to contact.
Check swing on the 1-1. Home plate umpire says he went around for strike 2. Yeah, a strikeout in each of the first 2 innings. Hasn't had one since then, but like you said, just getting ground ball outs, fly ball outs. But they fouls that one off to the left side as he stays alive.
I think that's one of the strengths, too, of this Grand team is their defense. It's not like even Carroll yesterday. He didn't have overpowering stuff. They just try to throw strikes, keep the hitters off balance, and let the defense play behind them.
There's the 1-2. Swung on, ground ball to the right side, past the diving Ellis at first base. Into right field for a 2-out single for Brent Bethea. And that puts a runner on for the Broncos with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, and that's only the second hit of the game for the San Juan Bronco team. That's kind of uncharacteristic of those hitters in that first base dugout of San Juan because they've hit some balls hard, but they just hit them right at people.
Brings Brody Bilbo to the plate now. He stands in on the right side. He's 0 for 2 in the game. A pop out to the catcher and a ground out to third. And they got Bethea lean in the throw. Not in time, though, as he dives back safely.
Yeah, and I think he's wanting maybe some sort of balk call or whatever else. That's what he's trying to tell. But he took an extra half step, and that's right when Kalen realized it, throws over to first base. But the ball was thrown up instead of down, or they would have had him.
Takes a 2-step lead, does Bethea. Next pitch misses in. First pitch misses into Bilbo for ball 1.
Yeah, and that time they might have got him with a balk because I didn't feel like he really paused. He came set, but he didn't really – it was quick. That's something that the umpires, they're going to watch that. But a nice quick move to home right there, not allowing Kim to steal the base.
Comes set here. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bethea takes off, swing and a miss. And McKinney loses the baseball out of his hand, so no throwdown. Stealing second base is Bethea, moving into scoring position for the Broncos. It's a 1-1 count now to Brody Bilbo.
Yeah, and this time McKinney calls time, goes out there. Him and Kalen Bowden going to talk things over. Got 2 outs, 1-1 count.
Yeah, and each time that they've ever even been a threat to score for San Juan, it's pretty much always come with 2 outs.
Yeah, Bilbo yesterday was 1 for 2 with 2 hit by pitches. Today, 0 for 2.
Bowden checks Bethea at second base. 1-1 pitch on the outside edge, strike 2.
Yeah, and I think Grand right now they're going to worry about Bethea at second base. They just need to play for the 3rd out. Swayze is kind of standing there by second, trying to keep him close, but all that does is create a bigger hole for Bilbo to see if he can't get one through there.
There's the 1-2. Misses up for ball 2 and a 2-2 count. McKinney came up ready to throw down to second, but no one covering the bag, so no throw.
Yeah, Bethea, not sure if he's trying to relay pitches home or just trying to get in both pitcher and catcher's head right here. But it looked like last pitch he was really trying to let the hitter know what's coming.
Time called by Bilbo.
You'll see that a lot, too, with pitchers and catchers. Runner at first, they keep everything the same, but runner gets at second, they switch up their signs.
Yeah. 2-2 pitch. Bethea takes off. Pitch is swung on and fouled back out of play. Right on top of us here.
Yeah, big old clank.
Bilbo stays alive.
All the kids on the front row down there waiting for the ball to come off, and I think it went behind instead of forward.
The roof is very angled.
Yeah. So. They haven't figured that one out yet.
Count remains 2-2 for Brody Bilbo as he stands back in on the right side. Bethea takes a lead at second. They're going to turn and throw to second. Not in time as he dives back safely.
I was watching a game earlier in the year with the Yankees, and Luis Gill worrying about that runner at second, throws it into center field, and they balked him home. So you just go get the hitter. Sometimes that happens, and you kind of lose focus out there.
So the 2-2 count. Bowden sets. Pitch to Bilbo, misses high. Throw down to third is not in time as Bethea slides in safely with a stolen base. It's a full count now to Bilbo with 2 outs and runner on third.
Yeah, he's just one of those players that you love to coach. He's just full of energy, and he's just a gamer.
Takes the lead at third. It was a good throw by McKinney. But Bethea got a great jump again. He's got 4 stolen bases in the game. 2 outs, runner on third. 4-0. Grand County leads San Juan, top of the 5th inning. And a time will be called by Bilbo.
Yeah, you'd rather have Bethea at third base because now a pass ball he's going to score. But he almost does more for you at second base by pulling those the second baseman and even shortstop around, creates a bigger hole.
The payoff pitch to Bilbo missed high and tight for ball 4. So runners on the corners now for San Juan with Parker Snyder coming to the plate. And you talk about a gamer. What a football player Parker Snyder is.
Yeah. Well, and he's a great catcher in his own right. He's done a nice job behind the plate. Really does a good job just catching the pitchers, but blocking balls, and just a good leader.
Closed stance on the right side. Runner takes off. First pitch swinging. Foul to the right side. It will get out of play for strike 1.
And that's one of those as a hitter. You might take that pitch just to let that runner get to second base and then have a chance to score 2 runs. But at the same time, if that's the pitch you're looking for and you're ready, you got to be swinging.
McKinney steps out in front of the plate to give the defensive play call for the Red Devils. Got the Kanab Cowboys to our left down the left field line. Duchesne Eagles to our right as they get ready for the winner's bracket game today. There's the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside this time. Bilbo did not take off.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you're Coach Carroll, if they try to steal here. If you get a good, clean catch there. If you're McKinney, just let him throw down, trade it, take out. Maybe you get the out before the run scores.
Yeah.
That would be a huge boost.
Two-step lead at first. 1-1 pitch. Bilbo took off, but he went late, and McKinney didn't get a good, clean grab on the ball.
No.
So taking second base is Bilbo. It's a 2-1 count now to Snyder. Oh, called strike 2, 1-2 count.
Yeah, now anything, little blooper even to the outfield, it's going to score 2 runs.
2 in scoring position for the Broncos, trailing 4-0. McKinney calls time. He's going to go out and visit with Bowden. The third inning was a lot like this, a long inning where the Broncos didn't score. And this has been another long inning for San Juan at the plate, just trying to find a way to get that first run of the ball game for them.
Well, and they started this with 2 outs.
Yeah.
That's the one thing, we talked about it over and over, but this San Juan team doesn't quit. They play to the very last out.
McKinney relays the sign. There's the 1-2 from Bowden to Snyder. Big swing and a miss for strike 3, and Snyder will go down swinging for the third out of the inning. Third strikeout of the game for Kalen Bowden as the Broncos threaten, but they do not score. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, but the Red Devils and 2 runners left on base through 4.5. It is Grand County 4, San Juan 0 on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer or stop by any branch.
Expecting a bundle of joy? Beaver Valley Hospital's new maternity wing is your local haven for life's special deliveries. Combining cozy comfort with top-tier technology, they bring big city medical excellence to the heart of Beaver with that small-town touch Beaver Valley Hospital is known for. Their full-service community hospital is your health partner from inpatient care, emergency, surgical, maternity, physical therapy, home health, and hospice. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to support Beaver High School.
Welcome back here to UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. To the bottom of the fifth inning we go. 4-0 Grand County leads San Juan. And the Red Devils will bring the 6, 7, and 8 batters to the plate this inning. J.T. Dowd, Braden Altoff, and Caden Swayze. Baylor Nielsen still on the mound for San Juan. Has a quick 1-2 count. Ground ball to the right side off the handle by Altoff. Picked up at second by White. Throw to first is in time for the 4-3 ground out and the first out of the inning.
Yeah, it's a great way to start right there for Nielsen and San Juan. You don't want to give up any more runs. You've already had a tough time trying to get any runs yourself, and so you got to be able to play 1, 2, 3 right here, keep the runners from Grant off the base pass.
That'll bring Braden Altoff to the plate. That was J.T. Dowd grounded out right there. First pitch misses up for ball 1. There's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the left side. Mendoza at short fields it. The throw to first is in time for the 6-3 ground out and the second out of the inning.
Yeah, really good way to start so far in this one for Baylor Nelson. He's came in and done a nice job for San Juan.
Yes, he has. That'll bring Caden Swayze to the plate now. First pitch misses up for ball one. There's the 1-0. Big swing and a miss, strike one.
Yeah, good curveball, late break. Nice pitch from Nelson.
Next one in there for a called strike two and a 1-2 count. There's the 1-2 delivery. Big swing and a foul tip straight down for Swayze as he battles to stay alive.
Yeah, Swayze struck out twice swinging. He's battled at the plate. He's just not able to get anything in play.
Time will be called by Swayze. He steps out of the box. Next pitch from Nielsen. Swing and a miss, strike three, and Swayze goes down swinging for the third out of the inning as Nielsen sits him down in order. 1, 2, 3 they go. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. Through 5 complete. It's Grand County 4, San Juan 0 on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
At CVMC Medical Clinics, our growing team of physicians and advanced providers are shaping what rural health care can be. With an array of specialties available and world-class orthopedic medicine, our footprint is always expanding to ensure our personalized approach is reaching as many as possible. Familiar faces and expert knowledge, all of our locations can offer your family full-spectrum care in one place. Available in Nephi, Santaquin, and Fountain Green. CVMC is the place where healthcare is made personal.
Back at Utah Valley University as we go to the top of the 6th inning, and the Grand Canyon Red Devils leading at San Juan 4-0 here in this elimination game of the 2A Baseball State Tournament. And for San Juan, they bring the 4, 5, and 6 batters to the plate this inning with Cooper Palmer, Derek White, and Corbin Middleton. If they get to the 4th batter, that will be Talon Mendoza. Kalen Bowden on the mound for the Red Devils. He's been dealing, has an 0-1 count on Palmer. Next pitch, called strike 2 for an 0-2 count.
Yeah, this is good as outing as I've seen against this San Juan team.
Yeah.
I mean, they only give up 2 hits. He's only given up the 2 walks as well.
So no balls, 2 strikes. Bowden out of the windup, the 0-2. Swung on, ground ball chopping to the right side. Swayze moves over, fields it, throw to first in time for the 4-3 ground out and the first out of the inning.
Yeah, really good way to start for Grand. Kalen Bowden pitches, 84 it shows that he's thrown so far.
Yeah.
Really nice job. He's going to be able to, if he continues that, finish this one easily.
Brings Derek White to the plate. He stands in on the right side. First pitch, big swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, he's just swung right through that one, maybe too big a hack, but, what else you got to lose right here?
Yeah.
Get your swings in.
Time will be called by White. He steps out of the box. The 0-1 in there for a called strike 2 and an 0-2 count.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think Bowden's actually even gotten better as the game's gone on. Just really pounding the strike zone and doing a nice job playing catch with Jason McKinney, who's calling a good game behind the plate.
There's the 0-2 delivery. Swung on a foul tip, just got a piece of it, did Derek White to stay alive. So the second game in region play when Grand beat San Juan 12-3, Bowden pitched the first 5 innings of that one, giving up 2 runs on 7 hits. 3 strikeouts, no walks. Next pitch is swung on high, pop up to the right side. Althoff is there in right field for out number 2, so an F9 for White, fly out to right for the second out of the inning. So, I mean, in that game, San Juan had 10 hits, but today, I mean, just the 2 hits, and Bowden has just been lights out.
Yeah, which is surprising, right, when you've had that many hits on a pitcher before. But today he just got it dialed in, and like I say, he's really done a good job of mixing up his pitches but hitting his locations and keeping the ball down.
Brings Corbin Middleton to the plate. First pitch on the inside edge, strike 1.
When you talk about keeping the pitches down, you see McKinney right there too. He really gets down low, puts out that left leg, and makes that target even lower.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball back of the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Middleton comes through with a 2-out single for the Broncos.
That ball was hit hard, and Bowden, being as tall as he is, didn't have a chance to get his glove down. That ball just shot right back up the middle. Nice piece of hitting from Middleton.
So that'll bring Talon Mendoza to the plate. But again, we've talked about it already. When the Broncos have had runners, it's really only been with 2 outs.
Always, for the most part, they don't give up. That's the thing we talked about too. They just continue to battle, but they haven't been able to get those string those hits together or do it with less than 2 outs.
So on the right side is Mendoza, as Bowden continues to work from the stretch now, with Middleton at first. First pitch to Mendoza, in there, strike 1.
Yeah, for the most part, Bowden comes over the top too, so it's not like he's anything different. And you mentioned it, Robert, they've seen him before, but for some reason today he's kept him off balance.
1 pitch is swung on and fouled to the left side for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes.
And Grant's got someone down there throwing. I don't know if that's just in case so that they're warmed up and ready, but if I'm Coach Carroll, I'm going to stick with Bowden as long as I can.
Yeah, he's looking good. There's the 0-2. This is upstairs for ball 1 to Mendoza for a 1-2 count. And with the way these numbers are on those black jerseys, we're not going to have any chance of seeing the number down there.
No. And that last pitch, too, I think he was just trying to get him to chase at something up out of the zone. I expect him to come down and in.
1-2. There he does. And again, fouling it off is Mendoza as he battles.
Yeah, good swing from Mendoza to be able to fight that pitch off. You hate to let it go and get caught, rung up for third strike, so you foul it off, do whatever you can.
1-2 count. Middleton takes a 2.5-step lead at first. 1-2 pitch, swung on and fouled off again by Mendoza. 3 foul balls, the exact same place.
Yeah. And if you're Mendoza, you might want to try coming back with the high fastball, but this time instead of maybe high and away, coming up and in.
Mendoza digs back into the right side. Middleton takes a lead at first. With 2 outs, Bowden sets. The 1-2. Just misses up for ball 2. That's a hard one to lay off of.
Yeah, because that was right down the middle, but like you said, it was just a little bit up. It wasn't even quite the letters. It was more just above the belt almost.
2-2 count. Bowden sets. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball's in the dirt. Runner will take off from first. Throw to first is in time as Mendoza goes down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. The 4th strikeout of the game for Kalen Bowden as the Broncos get a runner on, but they do not score. No runs on one hit, no errors by the Red Devils, and one runner left on base through 5.5 innings of play. It's Grand County 4, San Juan 0 on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
To the bottom of the sixth inning we go with the Grand County Red Devils leading San Juan 4-0 in this elimination game of the 2A Baseball State Tournament. And the Red Devils bring the 9, 1, and 2 batters to the plate. Kalen Bowden, Ian Ellis, and Jason McKinney. If they get to the fourth batter, that will be Tatum Bisco. Baylor Nilsson on the mound still for San Juan. And he's a 1-1 count quickly to Bowden after a called strike on a curveball, misses low with the fastball.
Yeah, Bowden, a big strike zone up there for Baylor Nelson.
That curveball misses high and tight for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
You know, Nelson's done a good job. He's came in, kept the, you know, after those first 3, that first inning, I thought, man, this might be a long ball game for San Juan, but Nelson's come in and done a nice job on the mound.
2-1 count. Curveball catches the outside edge for a called strike 2. Yeah, gave up the 1 run in the third inning, but after giving up 3 straight hits to start the inning, was able to get out of it. 2-2, ground ball to the left side. Stopped by Ivans at third. Throw to first is in time. Really nice play by Jake Ivans for a 5-3 ground out in the first out of the inning.
Yeah, it was. In fact, I almost thought maybe he's going to pump that one and take too long, but he didn't. He did a nice job, and it was a better job just to field at first, but a nice play and first out of the inning.
Brings Ian Ellis to the plate now for the Red Devils. First pitch from Nilsson. Breaking ball for a called strike 1.
Yeah, you're going to see lots of breaking balls out of Baylor Nelson. You just need to go up there with that mentality. I'm going to get that pitch, and when I do, I'm going to hit it into right center field.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Because he really doesn't have his fastball is not that much different in speed than the breaking ball is. 1-1 count. Big swing and a miss there from Ellis for strike 2.
Yeah, this curveball dropped right underneath the bat right there as he swung over the top of it.
Chokes up on the barrel. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Nilsson. Another curveball swung on, popped to the right side, shallow right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. A little Texas 2-out leaguer for a single, 1-out single.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. 2 strikes, choke up on the bat, shorten up, put it in play, and he did. Got just enough of that, able to get it over the second baseman.
So that'll bring Jason McKinney to the plate with 1 out and 1 on here in the bottom of the 6th. Grand leading 4-0 over San Juan. Trying to play one more time today. First pitch swung on, fouled to the right side, out of play for strike 1. Again, the winner of this game moves on to play South Center at 7 o'clock tonight. Nolan and Willie Akers will have the call for you on that one. This evening.
I was going to say, and let's say it's Grand as if it stands right now. That's going to be a rematch of what they had last Saturday in Grand.
Yeah. Next pitch is fouled off for strike 2 and an 0-2 count. Yeah, that was a heck of a game, and Grand fought till the last second and come back to win. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball misses up and in for ball 1.
They're trying to get him to chase. McKinney laying off the high stuff.
So a 1-2 count. Runner takes pretty good lead. Nilsson steps off to look at Ellis back to first. The 1-2. Runner takes off. Pitch misses low and away. Throw in the second is offline from Snyder, and diving in safely is Ian Ellis.
That's a big stolen base because if you're Grandin, you can tack on one more run here. It really puts the pressure on San Juan. Picked a good pitch, too. That pitch was not even close. It made it really tough for Snyder. He had a good, strong arm throwing that down there, but really tough pitch to handle.
2-2 count. Curveball misses up for ball 3 and a full count now to McKinney.
But they kind of sneaking in out there at center field.
Yeah, he is. That curveball misses up and in for ball 4, so McKinney will draw the base on balls. 2 on and 1 out for the Red Devils here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading San Juan 4-0 with Tatum Bisco coming to the plate.
Yeah, Coach Carroll's going to bring in a speed-up runner for his catcher. Looks like number 12.
So that'll be coming into the game then for the Red Devils is Weston Jones again. Saw him out there earlier as a speed-up runner. Tatum Bisco at the plate with 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Grand leading 4-0 over San Juan. First pitch swung on. High pop up to the shallow right field. Bilbo is there, works his way in, makes the catch. No tag at second. 2 outs in the inning and 2 on still for the Red Devils.
Yeah, Bisco just got underneath that one and popped it up. Right fielder there, you mentioned it, Brody Bilbo playing perfectly, and nice catch for out number 2. And that's a big out for Baylor Nelson and the San Juan Bronco defense.
Brings Trace York to the plate now for the Red Devils. Runners take their lead. Nelson comes set. First pitch, and the turf outside for ball 1.
Yeah, once again, I think they're just going to try to be careful a little bit, but you got a tough, hitter on deck too in Jackson Carroll. So you don't want to give in to Trace York, but you'd rather face Trace York right here.
Ground ball to the left side, fielded by Mendoza at short. Throw to first is in time. Yes, as Palmer applies the tag for out number 3, a 6-3 ground out for the 3rd out of the inning. As the Red Devils threaten, but they do not score. No runs on 1 hit, no errors by the Broncos, and 2 runners left on base. Through 6 complete, it is Grand County 4, San Juan 0 on V6 Media, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit IPAUtah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded in 1982 with a simple mission: to shape the quality of life where we live, work, and play. We are proud to serve by providing clean water, increasing access to nature and recreation, protecting homes from flooding, designing safe wastewater systems, and connecting our communities. It is our goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Embark on your journey to radiant skin with Sam Pete Skin Bar. Whether you are looking to address specific skin concerns, kickstart your skincare routine, or simply indulge in relaxation, we've got you covered. Facials, microneedling, seasonal chemical peels, and more. Located at 210 West Main Street in Mount Pleasant, Utah. Visit our website at sampeteskinbar.com or call or text 435-314-6024 to book your appointment today.
We're back here at the UCCU ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University. To the 7th and final inning we go. Last chance for the San Juan Broncos, trailing Grand County 4-0 in this elimination game of the 2A Baseball State Tournament. And for San Juan, they bring the 8, 9, and 1 batters to the plate this inning. Jake Ivins, Jagger Neves, and Brenton Bethea. If they get to the 4th batter, that's Brody Bilbo. Kalen Bowden trying to go the distance on the mound for Grand. Has an 0-1 count. Next pitch is foul to the right side by Ivins for strike 2 and an 0-2 count.
Yeah, Jake Ivins has got out twice on really close plays at first base, and he's kind of the energizer for this team. He's made some great plays defensively, but trying to get him fired up and get on base.
The 0-2 pitch swung on, chopper back up to Bowden. He'll fill it off the mound, throw to first in time for the 1-3 ground out, and the first out of the inning. The Broncos down to their final 2.
That's exactly what Jake Ivins did the last time, kind of hit that slow chopper back to Bowden on the mound, and he fills his position, makes a nice throw.
So that'll bring Jagger Neves to the plate for the Broncos. He'll stand in on the right side. First pitch from Bowden, swung on and fouled back to the screen. Strike one. That puts Bowden right now at 102 pitches.
Yeah, right. Where Coach Carroll would like to see him get an out right here and then face this last batter.
The 0-1. Misses low for ball one and a 1-1 count. So I think we're one pitch behind on our pitch counter, but it's 103 where they're at. There's the 1-1. Swung on, ground ball, slow roller, but chopped foul to the left side for strike 2 to Neves.
Yeah, Neves is looking for his first hit. He lined out to second base. He hit the ball hard his last at bat. He did reach on the air back in the third inning, his first at bat, but still looking for his first base hit of the game.
So count remains 1-2. 6 pitches left for Bowden as he tries to go the distance here with one out, nobody on base, leading 4-0, looking for the complete game shutout. Jackson Carroll playing really quite deep in center field now. Next pitch to Neves, misses up for ball 2 and a 2-2 count.
Yeah, and I think if you're Grand, you definitely deepen up late in the game right here. You don't want to give up a double, just keep it to a single, keep the force on. Don't give up any big hits.
2-2, big swing and a miss, strike 3. Neves will go down swinging for the second out of the inning, 5th strikeout of the game for Kalen Bowden. And he's just 1 out away from getting the shutout as Bratton Bethea comes to the plate for the Broncos.
And you looked it up, Bowden just a junior.
Yep.
So Grand with Bowden on the mound, bright future. A big, tall, lanky kid out there is only going to get better.
Bethea stands in on the right side. First pitch, swung on, slow chopper to the left side, charging is York at third, fields it, throw to first is not in time as Bethea slides through head first for a 2-out infield single to keep the Broncos season alive, at least one more batter.
Yeah, and he gets another single, so he's 2 for 4 on the day, but I think if it's anybody but Bethea, York probably has a chance to get him, but Bethea by far the quickest player on this San Juan team.
So it brings Brody Bilbo to the plate now for San Juan. Again, down to their final out. 107 pitches now for Bowden. Takes a look at Bethea at first. First pitch, top of the zone, strike 1.
Yeah, and at this point, you might even consider if you're Coach Carroll just playing behind Bethea at first base. If he goes, let him go, but you'll trade an out for a run. You need 1 out to win this game. Right there you see McKinney move the second baseman, Swayze, over towards that hole a little bit.
The 0-1 pitch. Bethea took off, fouled to the right side for strike 2. And an 0-2 count.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to do is even if you're Swayze at second base, you're going to go over and try to cover. Base hit now towards that second base side. Instead, if you're just playing your position, you have a chance to get that out. Really, that runner at first doesn't mean a lot.
So no balls, 2 strikes. Two outs in the inning. San Juan down to their final strike. The 0-2.
Yeah.
In there for a called strike 3. And he'll go down looking for the 3rd out of the inning. 6th strikeout of the game for Kalen Bowden and the Grand County Red Devils will move on to play South Sevier at 7 o'clock tonight in the 2A Baseball State Tournament as the San Juan Broncos have their season come to an end here on Friday. And once again, 4-0 is your final. We'll take a short break, come back with our postgame show next here from UCCU Ballpark on the campus of Utah Valley University on V6 Media, TMive.live, and KSL Sports.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.